Oh, hey, didn't see either. Gravity Schmavity, I've had this project in my mind for a while, and it's to beat that whole going down thing. See, normally if you drop something, it goes towards the ground. But me, I have a little secret tool in my mind that I'm going to beat it. See, I'm going to toss this egg against that container, and it's going to gently rest against that container. Watch. It didn't go according to plan. What comes up must come down. If that wasn't the case, it wouldn't be in the Sonic Heroes intro now, would it? But media loves to challenge that notion with anime games, etc. And in this circumstance, we're talking about a game. Now I know I don't cover video games a lot, but I do have a good reason for that. Grabbing a controller could ruin my nails. Gravity Rush, or Gravity Daze in Japan. Actually, if you want the full title, Gravitational Dizziness, the perturbation of her inner space caused by the repertation of her upper stratum. Where the hell did these glasses come from? Was made by Japan Studio and directed by Keiichiro Toyama, the man behind the first Silent Hill game and the Siren series. Anyone else find it kinda wild that we went from here to here to here? No one? Okay. While the game came out in 2012, ideas behind it started forming prior to Toyama's work on Silent Hill, which he also made. The idea was originally just people floating in space, but details were added from here and there, clearly. As years passed and Silent Blood Curse was about to finish development, a series of realizations came through, like video games are expensive to make, and horror games don't sell well because not a lot of people want to experience this. These factors led to Toyama to try to tackle a game type outside the whole horror genre, which caused his Gravity concept to make actual progress, which was pitched to Sony as a gravity action game for the PS3 called Gravite. Production fully started after the third Siren game finished in 2008, and some of the early design footage is viewable, from sheer prototypes to a concept look at how it would appear on the PS3. After seeing the Vita's gyroscope capabilities, it was decided that Gravity Rush would release on the PS Vita, but thankfully it would not be fated to be a part of the player base of 5+me of a PlayStation TV, and it eventually launched on the PS4 in 2016, which is the version I played. And it actually got a physical release, and as you know, I am a giant fan of actually owning things. That's why I have like a manga shelf that takes up a lot of space. So let me just look up how much it'll cost to like pick this game up for the review. We live in a digital age and I take full advantage of that. I am known for that. Everything I own is on this flash drive. Reception was pretty positive for critics, but fans adored it, and when fans like something, cross-promotion happens. Gravity Rush got Little Big Planet costumes. The protagonist is a character in Hot Shots Golf. There was an added outfit that looked like the main character in Let It Die, and she was even DLC in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Not even Mario can say he reached that prestige. But onto the actual game. The plot centered around a girl and her magical space-looking cat, a Tales old time itself. Our protagonist, Cat, named after the fact that she has a cat. Hey, I'm self-esteem issues. And her cat, Dusty, named after the fact that he looks dusty, I guess, go around and just do things that are good, because I guess they're good. My only issue with these first impressions is Cat is so gullible, sometimes it feels less like a character trait and more like a plot contrivance. But the more I played it, the less eye-rolling it felt, because it truly did come off as a flaw and not just a situation of Mary Sue. Which I am so glad is the case, because I've loved this character from her design to in-general behavior. There is a human character in this, what the hell ever this is. Speaking of characters, there is more than one besides peak character design. There is. Oh, actual peak character design. Named Raven, because you see she has a bird. I am quickly noticing a theme here. There is also Sid, where most of the game you have to be told, trust me, you like him. And there are also characters like Alias, who serves as a villain. Oh, there's also God. Sure. Probably my favorite part of this cast is how the story doesn't try to make you like them, which despite this fantastical setting, makes them feel much more real. Of course, characters have their positives, like Cat's innocence, Sid's charms, Raven's dear god everything, and it's nice to actually be won over by characters instead of just being told they're perfect all the time. That being said, in certain mindsets, this story is just weak because it feels so inconsistent. Oh, there's an issue. Oh, now there's a cute boy. Now there's this. It feels like the game doesn't know what it wants to go for until you click with the fact that this is a story about a confused, naive girl just living some weird new life, which gave me some new form of appreciation. But hey, did you know you can play this story? The gameplay centered around its gravity mechanics. No way! Getting your hands on the game for the first time through the 14th time is such an indescribable experience. After 15th it's normal though. On paper, it seems a lot more simple than it actually is. The gravity shifting can make you feel like you're flying, but with the thought process that gravity pulls down, for traversal, you're pretty much always changing where down is for you. and it is insane and disorienting in the best way possible. With the brilliant road design, it's easy to forget which way is actually up and down when shifting, causing going back to normal to be an interesting experience. Throwing yourself everywhere like an egg against a wall isn't the only way to get around though. There are also tools like the gravity slide, which is crazy satisfying to use though, and yes, you can commit manslaughter with it. This is more than just a floating game though, there's also combat. So did my air quotes manifest? As much as I love about this game, it kinda has a habit of being repetitive with its actions. Most enemy encounters can be solved with float, kick, repeat. Oh, and the occasional Gurren Lagann reference. Of course, there is a mastery to it, I'm sure, but you can tell this game was meant to be more of a traversal-based game and a lot less of an action combat experience. The fighting's just a nasty case of eh. That being said, a traversal-based game, much like many others, has to have a setting, assuming every game can't take place in my local Walmart. Man, if this video felt like pandering already, you're gonna hate this part. The game takes place in Hexville, a town above an unforgiving void, and with such interesting mechanics as, to poorly describe it, changing where down is, there's a chance that the designers would have to choose to make a location that looks livable or a location that's fun to use these powers in, and I was thrilled to find out that the answer was both. While the aesthetic isn't exactly like anything you would find in person, yeah, this looks like an actual place for people to live in that wouldn't require Dusty to navigate. But the way it's built and designed makes it so fun to explore with your powers. The city layout lets you flow through it and above it, even under it, in such a fun way. Plus, the precious gems that are hidden around that are used to upgrade yourself or to buy access to challenges is an excuse and a half to just mindlessly throw yourself around town. And those challenges can at times make you perfect moving around a certain path. It's just so much fun. But what's a setting without music, you may be asking?
I don't know, why are you asking me?
The soundtrack, while it's not something that fits my personal taste, it's incredible for this game and this game alone. It brings the feeling of this world to life in a way that can't be picked up and used anywhere else. But this just feels stupid to you, huh?
Well, like most men of science, I got that whole banned from something thing like most big scientists did. Now me? I got banned from a holiday. I'm not allowed to celebrate Easter anymore. Something about eggs? Easter bunny so anyway.